The Wild West, a land of grit and grub. A place where the sun scorched the earth and the wind carried whispers of untold stories. Dust devils dance across sun-baked plains, swirling in a chaotic ballet that speaks of the harshness and beauty of this untamed land. A lone tumbleweed rolls down an empty street, a silent witness to the passage of time and the stories etched into the very dust of the ground. The silence, broken only by the distant howl of a coyote, hangs heavy in the air. It's a silence that tells of solitude, resilience, and the ever-present struggle for survival. This is the Wild West of legend, a place where myths were born and heroes were forged in the crucible of hardship and adventure. A place of unforgiving landscapes, hard-living souls, and a spirit of adventure that permeated every aspect of life, even down to the food. Here, every meal was a testament to ingenuity and endurance. Forget fancy restaurants with white tablecloths. In this rugged land, the saloon was the heart of the community, a place where stories were shared and bonds were forged over simple, hearty meals. This was a land where survival was the main course, and resourcefulness was the only seasoning you could count on. Cowboys cooked over open flames, turning whatever they had into sustenance. And nowhere was this more evident than in the heart of every frontier town, the saloon. It was more than just a place to drink, it was a sanctuary, a gathering spot where the weary could find solace and camaraderie. The saloon was a microcosm of the Wild West itself, a place where grit met grub, and every meal was a story waiting to be told. Saloons, the swinging doors, the smell of whiskey and sawdust, laughter, and gunshots. These were the iconic elements that defined the Wild West Saloon experience. They were more than just places to get a drink. Saloons were the lifeblood of frontier towns, offering a refuge from the harsh realities of the wild terrain. They were social hubs, gambling dens, and most importantly, places to eat. Cowboys, miners, and travelers would gather here for the whiskey, camaraderie, and the chance to unwind. But don't picture white linen tablecloths or candlelight. The dining experience was far from fancy. This was food for sustenance, not for show. Meals were hearty and filling, designed to provide the energy needed for the demanding lifestyle of the frontier. Food that would stick to your ribs and keep you going through long days on the trail or nights spent gambling away your hard-earned wages. The meals were simple but substantial, often consisting of beans, beef, and bread. These were the staples that fueled the men who tamed the West. The saloon was a place where stories were shared, deals were made, and the spirit of the frontier was kept alive. So, what exactly did cowboys eat in these rough and tumble establishments? Think canned goods, dried meats and beans, lots and lots of beans. These were foods that could withstand the rigors of transportation and storage in the unforgiving heat. This wasn't gourmet dining. It was about practicality and survival. Every bite had to count, providing the energy and sustenance needed to conquer the challenges of frontier life. Beans, bacon, and beef, staples of the frontier. Beans in particular were a cornerstone of the cowboy diet. Cheap, filling, and packed with protein, they were the perfect fuel for long days in the saddle. Bacon, often salt-cured to prevent spoilage, added fat and flavor. And then there was the beef. Tough, stringy, and often served as jerky or in stews. It was a reminder of the cattle drives that were the lifeblood of many Western towns. No discussion of cowboy cuisine would be complete without mentioning some of the more, shall we say, unique dishes. Cowboys were known for their resourcefulness, making the most out of what they had on hand. Their meals were often simple, yet hearty, designed to fuel them through long days of hard work. But now and then, they indulged in something a bit more unusual. Take mountain oysters, for example. Not for the faint of heart, these were actually bull testicles, often fried up and served as a delicacy. Despite their unusual nature, they were considered a treat by many cowboys. The preparation involved cleaning, slicing, and frying them to a golden crisp. It was a dish that required a bit of bravery to try, but those who did often found it surprisingly tasty. And then there were oysters, real oysters, shipped in from the coast in sealed tins. These were a rare luxury, a taste of the ocean in the middle of the vast, arid landscape. Cowboys would savor these moments, enjoying the briny, fresh flavor that contrasted so sharply with their usual fare. A taste of the ocean in the middle of the desert, they were a reminder of the vastness and diversity of the American frontier. These oysters symbolize the connection between the rugged, untamed West and the bustling, far-off coastal cities. They were a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the people who lived and thrived in such a challenging environment. Whether it was mountain oysters or tinned oysters, these unique dishes added a touch of adventure and excitement to the Cowboys' culinary experiences. Whiskey and coffee, fueling the frontier spirit. No saloon meal was complete without a stiff drink. Whiskey, often rough-hewn and potent, flowed freely. It was a social lubricant, a painkiller, and sometimes a necessary evil. In a world where clean water was a luxury, coffee, too, played a vital role. Strong and black as midnight, it provided a much-needed jolt to start the day or keep going long into the night. The saloon table, a place of camaraderie. But the food in a Wild West Saloon was about more than just sustenance. It was about community. Cowboys, miners, gamblers, and outlaws all gathered around the same rough-hewn tables, sharing stories, laughter, and the meager but hearty fare. These shared meals forged a sense of camaraderie, a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, human connection was essential. The resourcefulness of the cowboy cook. The cooks in these saloons were masters of resourcefulness. They could stretch a single side of beef into a week's worth of meals, transforming simple ingredients into surprisingly tasty dishes. They were the unsung heroes of the Wild West, keeping bellies full and spirits high with their culinary ingenuity. The spirit of the Wild West, one bite at a time. So the next time you picture a Wild West saloon, don't just think of the gunfights and the gambling. Think of the food. Simple, hearty, and born of necessity, it was a reflection of the spirit of the frontier itself. Rugged, resourceful, and ultimately unforgettable. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe even learned a thing or two. Please take a second to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I would love to read your thoughts. Until next time, remember, cook, drink, eat, and repeat.